The Apple International School, Dubai. Foundation Stage 1. Welcome to the Art and Craft class. Topic: Mosaic Painting. Lesson number 24. Learning objective. Learners will be able to understand the different techniques and different materials used to create art. Learners will be able to create innovative art using different art techniques. It will also help them to improve their fine motor skills. Children, have you ever seen these type of art? This art technique is called mosaic art. Mosaic art technique is an art which is composed of many tiny pieces of glass or tile to create a whole image or object. Typically, tiles are square, but they can also be round or randomly shaped. Let's use the technique of mosaic art and make a Ramadan card for our loved ones. Things required: plain paper, markers or color pens.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these mosaic effect Eid cards, which you can inshallah give to family, neighbors and friends to celebrate Eid. I started with a card blank and then used a coaster which had a 9 cm diameter and a bowl which had a 10 cm diameter to make a crescent shape. If you can't find something circular of roughly those sizes, you can draw the moon freehand. Then, using a ruler, I drew in random double lines crossing each other to make the mosaic tile shapes. Every time I drew a line, I drew another one parallel to it and very close to it, so they were just a few millimeters apart. This meant that each mosaic tile had a border around it. I then started colouring the mosaic tiles using different colour brush tip markers. You could use coloured pencils, crayons, or even paint instead. I used 4 different colours and I tried to make sure that the mosaic tiles that were right next to each other weren't coloured in the same colour. I outlined each mosaic tile with a black drawing pen. This one has a 0.3 size nib. I then erased all of the pencil lines. If you're not using a pen with fade-proof ink, please check on a scrap of paper first that it doesn't smudge when you use an eraser over it. I wrote the word Eid in a large cursive font, going back to thicken the downward strokes to make this faux calligraphy effect, and drawing in a star as the dot over the letter I. I then wrote the word Mubarak underneath, and I also coloured in some of the letters. To complete the card, I wrote a greeting along the curve of the crescent which said, "Wishing you peace and blessings always." And that's the first card completed. For the second card, I used the same technique, this time drawing the outline of a dome and minaret instead of the moon. You could draw any outline shape you want for this mosaic tile effect. I drew in the parallel lines using the ruler. Then I coloured the shapes in using 4 different colours, and then I outlined the shapes using the same black fine line drawing pen. I drew a small line above the dome and a crescent moon to complete it. I then rotated the card, drew in some guidelines in pencil, and wrote out Eid Mubarak in capital letters using lots of swirls. Any style handwriting will work here, and you can be as creative as you'd like with it. I erased the guidelines and then coloured in some of the letters to finish the card. And here we have our 2 completed Eid cards. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you bring happiness to the lives of everyone around you on the day of Eid. Ameen. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Reflection time. Now it's your turn to make a beautiful card using the mosaic art technique for your loved ones. Upload your work on MS Teams. Thank you kids. Bye. See you next time.